Peter O'Toole rarely gives television interviews, but Alan Hargreaves managed to track him down.
Can I ask you how you felt about this morning with O'Toole?
A bit hairy, weren't they?
September the 4th, 1980, the morning after the first night of Macbeth at London's Old Vic Theatre. Peter O'Toole had picked the play and the title role to mark his return to the London stage after an absence of 17 years. It attracted one of the most savage critical attacks in living memory. The London theatre-going public are a curious breed. In spite of, or perhaps because of the critical notices for Macbeth, they flocked to the Old Vic in their thousands. In a disastrous season, the play's profits shone out. Attendances were over 90% on average nightly, and it grossed over £200,000 in the process. On the last night, to a crescendo of applause, O'Toole felt his choice was completely vindicated. He opens in a new play this week. Will he be thinking about those events of 2 years ago?
What on earth would I be thinking about that last play? I've got quite enough to think about with this one. No, thank you. I mean, it was literally world news, as you probably know. I mean, it was everywhere. People were ringing me up from Mexico. And, it was to be world news for being bad. I mean, it's hilarious. If I'd been good, what would it have been? Sort of half a column inch in the feathered world. Attract, first of all, vast audiences, and then began to collect critical esteem. And when we came back to London, people like Rebecca West were, and I received some of the best reviews I've ever had in my life. I really cannot put myself in their minds, and I don't want to criticize criticism. I mean, it's reductio ad absurdum, and someone will criticize my criticism of criticism. I mean, and I came to it again. I looked at it and read it carefully, and it was though I'd never read it or seen it before. The various odd certain lines, but even then one had paraphrased them in the mind. It's a mighty play. What it does need is for theatres to make money, because it's lived under the umbrella of subsidy, which produces mediocrity. I'm all for subsidy. You need subsidy for a classical theatre, but unless you can match it quid for quid, then it's pointless. No audience, no art.
After the box office success of his Macbeth 2 years ago, the Old Vic faltered and eventually closed. Now it's...
The best news for me, anyway, is that honest Ed Mirvish is taking over the Old Vic. I was his artistic director out in Canada. And he's good news. He's very good news. He's precisely what the Old Vic needs. If that theatre doesn't make money, Ed will be very beady. And he'll make money. Mind you, when I'm doing films, I want to do theatre. When I'm doing theatre, I want to do films. When I'm doing a film, I want to do a television. When I'm doing a television, various discontents. Keep us all cheerful. Give us something to grumble about. It's no fun if you can't grumble.
Peter O'Toole with Alan Hargreaves and the philosophy of grumbling. That's all from us for tonight. Till next Tuesday, good night.